The Shuja Sevens that make their way here with a brilliant performance on day one. It's the HSBC Los Angeles Sevens that welcomes you and the players as they storm out onto the field. They're by Nick Malouf for Australia and Nelson Oyu for Kenya. I'm Dallin Stanford alongside former US Eagles Sevens captain Madison Hughes. We are now at the big stage.
Here it is, the games we've been waiting for, and with all those permutations we've been talking about, these quarterfinals have will have an absolutely massive impact on who wins the World Series. So 9 tournaments this season have all happened, so many different games, and it all comes down to these 4 to decide who has a chance as we get into the end of the day.
Nick Hogan from New Zealand is our referee for this all-important quarterfinal number 1. And the great nation of Kenya, so well supported here at Kenyan corner, who take up half the stadium against Australia. Kenya, well, they 2-1 so far in their pool, losing to Samoa, but strong wins against England and Scotland find their way here. Kenya, with their crowds who go absolutely wild. Australia 3-0 so far, big results for them, only conceding 2 tries up until this point. Here we go, quarterfinal number 1 at the 2022 LA Sevens. Kenya bounce over the 10, and Malouf has it for the Aussie 7 side. Has a run early on. Couple of great steps from Nick Malouf. Jetrick Roach, the top point scorer for Australia, gets Henrik Patterson. Short ball near the side here to James Turner. Turner does well fighting against the Kenyans, but holding on is the call.
Tony Amondi doing a really good job on the breakdown. Australia getting some good go-forward momentum, but it looked like one of the Kenyans, perhaps the tackler, slightly disrupted the entry, and that was the window Amondi needed to get on the ball in a really strong low position, and Australia not able to dislodge him. And Kenya weathering that early storm. You look for a second like Malouf might strike right from the opening whistle, but now it'll be Kenya who will have the opportunity to get on the board first.
Kenya go across field, ball there from Tony Amondi. Finds Billy Adiyambo that hit 100 tries yesterday. Big fend. The 4th Kenya to score 100. William Bucker was so impressive as well, scoring a couple of doubles. He goes into the contact for Kenya. First receiver, Samuel Oliech, back in the squad, waits.
Yeah, good, thank you.
First it comes to the captain, Oyu. Oliech along the chain, he moves to Vincent Onyala. Team coached by Damien McGraw, who's had wonderful success with different sides. Otieno goes up the middle. The man known as the Water Buffalo is thirsty. And he'll get the first try in the quarterfinal. Big Alvin, yes please.
Kenya not getting the memo that this is Australia's day. Kenya coming through and striking first and telling Australia, hey, you may want the World Series, but you have to go through us first, and we're going to make you work for it. Otieno doing so well. Just seeing that weak shoulder of the Australian defender, and he is such a powerful runner. If you're off balance, he's going to push right through you. And Australia struggling early. We always said when we were facing Kenya, you have to meet their physical challenge first. And if you're not willing or able to do that, they're going to make it very, very difficult for you.
Alvin Otieno slams the turf at Dignity Health Sports Park, working on his highlight reels. Get him on Twitter at Official Buffer, as he's known. And the Shuja Sevens from Nairobi have the first score in quarterfinal number 1. Great scenes. Restart, not 10 though.
That's both of Kenya's 2 initial kickoffs not going 10 and not really allowing them to, the first one did bounce 10, but not allowing them to compete for the ball. So they're spurning some opportunities and giving Australia good attacking platforms from there.
Australia down by 7. Turner on debut, 23-year-old. Henry Hutchison, been around for many years. There's a go to Josh Turner now, fires it on the inside. Matt Gonzalez is there. Gonzalez has got fast feet. And the Aussie Sevens respond right away in LA.
Australia striking right back. Gonzalez doing well to finish that one off. And showing why they have been one of the form teams on the World Series and why they are in contention for the title, not allowing that initial try to in any way disrupt their confidence, immediately striking back and tying this one up with the conversion to come to tie it up. Australia not allowing themselves to go quietly, and that might be something that I think is different from this Australia team to some of the ones we've seen in the past. is that when things do go wrong, they don't allow it to affect them. They get focused on the next task, and they're willing to keep fighting, willing and able to just keep fighting and staying in contention in any game.
And we are locked up at 7 apiece. Australia have only lost to Kenya twice in the past 9 years, most recently Cape Town 2019. They're playing their 9th consecutive quarterfinal. The only team to do so this season are the Aussie Sevens. Sublime form by them we've seen. Kenya, though, will want to upset things. Onyala drifts across field to Nelson Oyu. Good tackle by Roach on that occasion. Odhiambo, good support. Amondi fires a short ball to William Baka, and Baka! Hutchinson just brings him down, and he plays the ball on the ground as well. Kenya tap and go. Billy Odhiambo, Billy the Kid, reaches into the 22. Australia getting over this one, and a beautiful pinch by Turner. Roach goes down the short side. Jurjic Roach clatters his way forward as Turner arrives. The Aussie Sevens now. Gonzalez. Josh Turner sees space to his captain. Malouf, who cuts in, beats a couple. Solid setup and defense there from the Aussie Sevens. Team that won gold in London. Looking to repeat. Hutchinson, the series on the line as well. So much at stake. Josh Turner playing good pattern. Australia, Malouf to Henry Patterson, who's been a star for Australia this season. 25-year-old though gives away a penalty, holding on. Kenya, they're the ones now that strike on D.
Kenya so good in the breakdown, doing really well to get their hands on that ball. In Australia, there is space out wide for them there, but they're not quite able to hit onto it at the pace they need in order to get their runners into that space. So Kenya doing a very good job of scramble D. They were starting to look a bit tired after that turnover. They had a couple men behind the ball, and Australia had that golden opportunity right from the word go, but able to recover, get into their shape, and then doing a really good job. Comes around, comes in from the gate, and Samuel Oliach, really experienced Kenya there, able to get the turnover.
Kenya, 2 quarterfinals, both in Dubai just after the season. Nothing since then. While Australia have had 9 in a row. Don't forget, Australia before this game conceded just 2 tries. They've already let one in. Kenya scored 9 and let in 9 on day 1. But they lift themselves up here in Cup quarterfinal number 1 in the sunny skies of Southern California. It took too long for the line out. It's a big mistake from the Kenyan side.
No, back here. Yeah, tap's here, got to be here. It's got to be 15 in, yeah.
Yeah, just so unnecessary, and things that can really come back to haunt you. It's actually the second time we've seen that this weekend, so I wonder if it's something the refs have been told to look at and make sure they're calling if teams are taking too long over those lineouts. I think often teams do really slow it down in that situation. So
Australia, they're second on the series, but they're in pole position, top 3 finish, and a couple other things we'll get to as Hutchinson gets a fend on Mbaka. Could have the Aussie Sevens winning the series for the first time in history. Turner, Patterson, Jurjic Roach, a handful is Roach. Gets rid of one, and he's upended. It's a big hit and almost a pinch, but lifted through the 90. And a yellow going to the pocket. Kenya with Billy Odhiambo going down to 6.
Landed on his back. I didn't get a clear number. Got a number? Yep. 9.
Well, yeah, so big tackle from Nelson Oyu, the captain there. Deemed to have taken the player past the horizontal, is on his back, so that's only a yellow card. But yeah, unfortunately, that was a great physical tackle, and that's what you love to see in defense, but the referee judging that was a dangerous play.
Maurice Longbottom on the park now. One of many steppers that they have. Roach, though, goes on that far side. Turner on the outside. James Turner, well contained. But it's the big Worth 7 against 6. And Longbottom has possession. The big jump step from Maurice. Good ball to Josh Turner. Finds Roach. Here's some good movement off the ball, does Roach. Able to pick up and go again for Aussie 7. 7-all. Last play of the first half. Hutchinson. Maurice attacks the line. Maurice Longbottom. He's such a dangerous player. And when the big moment arrives, he'll take it.
Maurice Longbottom, so dangerous one-on-one, and probably one of the best attackers to have on your team when the other team is down to 6. And Australia get that try, take the quick conversion, and go into half-time with some time still on that yellow card.
Longbottom, just a lovely balanced runner, electric feet from the 27-year-old. He's the difference so far here, late in the first half as the whistle sounds after his try. And it's the Aussie Sevens that lead your Cup quarterfinal number 1, 14-7 against Kenya. Up.
Scotty. Corey,
so Australia really strong on D as well, but been very impressed with Kenya in the first 7.
Kenya came out ready to play, bringing their physicality, using it, and Kenya are at the best when they have the ball and when they're really direct in attack, using those big, powerful runners, not trying to do anything particularly fancy, and then in their defense, it's when they can get numbers to the breakdown and really cause a nuisance to themselves and disrupt the other team.
Those are the things we can't avoid. This is that lineup. We just watched Australia and bring them in exactly the same. Get in.
So that's Damien McGrath having words there with the Kenyan side. He replaced Innocent Simiyu. Learned some Swahili as well. And Australia with John Manenti.
So bend the line, win that ruck, get them on side. If they don't get on side, we'll get them going. Yeah. Without the ball, we've got to fucking work harder. Work harder.
That's for the game. Key words from the head coach.
Let's fucking go, boys!
Yeah, just knowing that they've done a lot good so far, weathering that Kenyan storm, and if they can continue to operate in the way they have been, they'll be in a good place.
Apologies for any language you heard there as well. Always passionate, heated inside the huddle. It's the business end of the competition. It's Cup quarterfinal number 1 here. 7 minutes to decide who goes through. Australia lead 14-7.
Left to right, I'll make sure I'm out of your way.
Oh, well, we're almost about to kick off, but we have a word here from John Manenti, head coach for Aussie Sevens. John, you there?
Yes, mate, I'm here.
Oh, great. Listen, tell us what you set your charges at half-time.
Oh, look, I think a big part of the game is the attack seal. We've got to, they're going really hard at the ball there, and they're big bodies, so we've got to be able to recycle. If we can do that, we're in the contest. We're doing some good things in attack, and we've got to really work well or work hard when we don't have the ball.
And John, listen, are you guys thinking about this series or just focusing one game at a time?
Oh, mate, all we can do is think about this game at this stage, mate. There's a long way to go.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks, John.
Thanks, mate.
And here come Aussie straight away, and the head coach, well, the words have worked. And Henry Patterson smashes one in the second half in the quarterfinal.
Australia striking first at the beginning of the second half and doing so really quickly. So actually, if they can get this kickoff, this conversion done quickly, there will be time for another kickoff before the yellow card comes. Manenti doing really well, using his footwork to get over the line. But Australia is so important for them that they've built and used this yellow card period, and that's exactly what they'll have done.
HSBC player of the final at the last event in London, Henry Patterson, the 25-year-old, all smiles with Dietrich Roach. Those two have been in unbelievable form in this tournament as well. Kick sales over, it's 21 points to 7, and a great-looking stash as well. November is still to come. So 7 against 6, the power play has certainly worked for them. 14 points as they are up 21-7. Quarterfinal number 1. They'll play the winner of the next quarterfinal, which is Fiji against the United States. The other 4 sides await on the other sides: Samoa, Argentina, New Zealand, Ireland. Kenya back to 7. Oliech knocks it down. Hutchinson has this one. Henry Hutchinson. Scrag to the ground, high. And they go quickly. Outstanding thinking from Josh Turner. It's magic in a little box.
Australia striking there. Hutchinson with the initial break. Turner spotting that if he took that quick tack quickly, there was no one in front of him. That was the kickoff, doing really well to tap it down to Hutchinson. Brought down, high tackle here, just wrenched down from the neck. And Josh Turner being really quick of mind, seeing the gap in front of him. And this last 2-minute period has pretty much ended the game, I think, probably for Australia. They've done what they've needed to in this one. Still a long time to go, but Australia with a really fantastic period of play over the last couple of minutes.
Kick goes to the side. You mentioned clever thinking, and that's what it's all about here. When you're fatigued and tired, Josh Turner capitalizing there. Look on the top left there, medal and Argentina. So what Australia need to do, they win the next game in the semi-final, and they've won the series as well, just to simplify things. William Bucker looks on. 26 points to 7. They've raced up after trailing 7-0 after Alvin Otieno scored for Kenya. Mbaka, but a great leap from William Bucker. He's played all over the world, France, New Zealand, South Africa. He gets the penalty for his side. Kenya looking to spark something here. Billy Odhiambo smashes in there as Busham Wali's on the field as well. Mbaka goes straight up the middle. Mwale had Jeff Oluoch here on this near side. He's in 13. Oluoch now in support. Daniel Tabu. Mbaka again at a standing start, eludes one. What a veteran he's been over the years, 53 events. But Australia go quickly yet again. Henry Hutchison floats one over the top of Maurice Longbottom. Corey Toole on the park. He can certainly fly. This time he finds Patterson that takes him all on the outside. Dietrich Roach throws a beautiful ball on the inside. It's the 1-2 combination. It never gets old. And Henry Patterson goes in for his second.
Patterson finishing it off, but it was Dietrich Roach with a fantastic offload, absorbing a crunching tackle. Ooh, coming into the air there, but finds his man in support. And Australia have done such a fantastic job. They weathered that early Kenyan storm, waited for the mistake, helped by the yellow card period, but they took full advantage. All credit to them. They capitalized on the opportunities they were given, and now they've stretched this. And you look at the scoreboard and you're like, oh, this looks like an easy Australian win, but a really, really professional display from them to weather that early Kenyan pressure, the early Kenyan physicality, and now extend the lead as they extend the second half.
Well, they've won both matchups with Kenya this year. The last meeting, they won 42-0 in Sevilla. They're all smiles and congratulations there. Billy Meeks on the side. Next quarterfinal coming up, they'll take the winner of Fiji v USA. The crowd will be going full volume when they play next. It's 33 points to 7. On the other side of the draw, we said, is Samoa v Argentina, New Zealand v Ireland. 2 to go. Quarterfinal number 1. An excellent take at the top. And their kick there from Kevin Wakisa. Lovely dummy coming in as well. Oluoch lays it back for Busham Wali. They have to come back though to the penalty.
High tackle.
Shuja Sevens finished last in London. This top 8 finish though, their best recent performance. Edmund Anya. Anya tries to get free. OU drifting across field, causing all sorts of havoc with runners from Mbaka. And they're cutting back in here. Kevin Wakisa. They say don't run across in the game of sevens. I'll do that, says Nelson O. You try to create something here against Australia. Anya. Up the middle he goes. Billy Odhiambo, beautiful ball on the outside. Jeff Oluoch, they've unlocked something here near the end of this game. And Kenya get a loud applause for their second.
And well-worked attack from Kenya, and what I like to see there was they were using the full width of the field. For the minutes before that, they'd get very stagnant, catching the ball standing still and then having one-off runners initiate contact. And they're big physical ball carriers, but when you split them in a bit more space, you're able to get moments like that where they suck in defenders and then are able to use that offload to find their supporting attack. A really well-worked try, and Oluoch puts it in for Kenya.
Well, Big Jeff, he owns a dance crew in Nairobi, and they're dancing here in the stadium. He's got the moves as well. Win or lose, the Shuja Sevens are one of the best supported sides here. And an excellent kick, 33 points to 14. Final play here in Cup quarterfinal number 1. Kenya go high. Nice take. As Corey Toole sets off on a run, Billy Meeks feeds it. Toole just puts on the motors. And Corey Toole in full flight. Australia's leading try scorer adds to his record.
Toole came off the bench in this one. We'll see what part he has to play in the rest of this tournament, but just spots a huge gap in front of him and then knows he has the pace to go around the sweeper. doesn't even look at him. He's just running to the corner, knowing he has what it takes, and then able to round and go in under the post and cap off this performance for Australia. And it's been a strong one. Kenya have played pretty well for the majority of the game, but Australia have just stayed in that fight, weathered any Kenyan attacks, and then when they've had their opportunities, they've taken them ruthlessly.
Well, great highlights for his hairdresser as well. Corey Toole gets the final say in this game. Quarterfinal number 1, a convincing win for the Aussie Sevens. They take out this Kenyan side. Sublime second half performance as well. Sees the final whistle here. $40 points to 14, Australia beat Kenya in quarterfinal number 1.
Fiji against USA, an occasion to savour, an occasion to relish that test. It must be hugely emotional for these guys running